Hey folks, welcome back to another Creative Diary. If you're new here, my name is Adam McIntosh. Primarily I shoot street photography these days, or photography in general I guess, but I focus on street photography. I do some music and painting and stuff as well, and I just love talking about creativity. These videos are the ones where I offer a little bit more personal opinion and a little bit more of my personal life and creativity, I guess. My other videos, they're a little bit more informative, and there I try to teach a little bit or share some inspiration. Things that might have taken me months or years to learn, I try to deliver to you in like 10 minutes or so, and hopefully you can take something away from that. Here it's chill time, and here I get to talk a little bit more freely about what's going on in my own life and share some opinions on things. I do want to open that dialogue up a lot more, so I want to create a bit more conversation in the creative world. So anybody who is a viewer or someone who can drop a comment in the comments box below, I do want to see that dialogue open up. So if you have any ideas, if you want to hear my opinion on something, you want me to talk about something in particular, just drop it down there. I'll definitely get to it, and I will talk about that in the next video. But yeah, so you can probably get a sense from the title, something that I've been thinking about a lot recently. It's actually, I don't know how long it's been. It could have been the last year, I don't know, but let's just say it's like the past couple of months in particular. And it's probably something that we all experience to a certain degree, whether it's on Instagram or other social media, especially if that is in some way part of your creative process, if it's not just like photos with your dad at brunch, and you're actually trying to put your artwork out there or gain a presence or a following on social media. I think we all go through that. It could be a day-by-day basis. Some days we're waking up feeling good about it, other days not so good. And then sometimes they can go on for months at a time as well. So I think you can sort of all relate, I guess. But it hasn't been, I'm not saying I'm like super confident all the time with my work, but I would say recently more so I've been a little bit down on that and maybe overly self-critical and actually not really questioning why until recently. So I'm going to talk about that a bit. Hopefully you guys can take something away from that, because I think I've kind of narrowed down what I was doing and why it wasn't making me feel so great. But yeah, it's just I'll start with my process. So this is what I would do, right? I would get a photo that I enjoyed, something I took out on the street. I'd come home, I'd edit that photo on my laptop. I would publish it to Instagram, and then I would check my Instagram, go to my home feed on my phone or whatever, see how it looks on a phone. And that's all normal stuff, right? Seems normal, seems like a thing that makes sense. What I'm doing in that sense is basically just looking at my feed, how that photo fits into the feed. And, I always want to do better than what I was doing last year or better than what I was doing yesterday. So I'm also scrolling down a little bit and just trying to improve and see where I was a year ago, all that basic stuff. But what I didn't realize I was doing was that I was constantly pushing my work onto my phone, so I'm shrinking it down to this big. Then I'm going and looking at it on my phone, and I'm just being underwhelmed. And I didn't really think about it, but of course I was being underwhelmed. I'm shrinking down these images, which, if you know anything about my style of street photography, it's not really Instagrammable. I still take Instagrammable street photography every now and again, take what I can get. I live in a quiet city. So, and by that I just mean there's classic trends, and if you don't know street photography very well, you'll know them in your own art form, whether it's drawing or painting, design, modeling or whatever. There's these Instagram trends, and the algorithms or the users pick those up better than other images, and it's not to say that they're better images. On that note, I kind of did a video on this, and I've gone over a little bit of this stuff. It's my previous video. It's called Your Art is Being Displayed Poorly. Go and check that out as well, because it's a little bit more about how you should display your art and whatever. But for my own personal process, I just wasn't feeling great. And I know now, being a little bit older and going through those struggles in another art form when I was younger, that that's going to happen, and that's very normal. And I would say it's an integral part of becoming a great artist, hopefully, because I think there's a degree where you need to dislike the things that you've done in the past because it makes you do better. I see it these days as an old friend who comes around and kicks my ass every now and again. And I appreciate it a lot. But like I said, these past couple of months have been a bit different because it's just, I don't know what it was, whether it was getting me a bit more down than usual or it just lasted longer than usual. So I had to start making questions about what was happening, and that's how I came to the idea that my process of looking at my work was just not the smartest one. And then, what that does to you mentally is you start to compare yourself to others, for example. You start to look at other people's work and you say like, oh, this person edits this way, or this person shoots this kind of stuff and they're getting a lot of likes, and should I be shooting in black and white? Should I be making more color? Color pops more, color seems to get more attention. And you start to question your own process a lot, which is damaging, And like I say, it's still a learning process as long as you're sort of aware of it and that kind of thing. You be mindful about, that you're not feeling right and you're not feeling that good about what you're doing at that point. So again, it's welcomed, but I'm welcoming it because I now have hindsight and I feel like I'm getting out of it now. When you're in the middle of it, it sucks. And like I say, if you don't have the answers yet, then you don't have the answers and you just kind of have to bathe in it. But yeah, so it's been an interesting few months. And I've now started to relook at my work on a bigger screen and go over some of my older stuff, even cleaning up some of the edits and things. So if you don't know that much about photography, the editing process can be pretty creative. You can do a lot to an image. I personally don't think you can edit an average image into an amazing one, but you can definitely make a good image a greater one. But it's something that really it's creative to a pretty large degree, and like most things creative, that it kind of dates. It might not date to everybody else, but it definitely dates to you. It's like a song you wrote 5 years ago or a painting you did 10 years ago, whatever it is, those things, they kind of get old and they feel old, and you feel like you've progressed, but you're looking back at this stuff. So, and you just might not like it as much. So fortunately with shooting photos and keeping the raw file is that you can actually retouch those edits and, go over it with the things that you've now learned in that time and that. So I've actually been doing that, going over a lot of my older work. I'm going to keep showing some of that stuff up too, just so you don't have to keep staring at me babbling. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to talk about, hopefully I kind of didn't really forget anything in there, but I feel like I say, I'm sort of getting out of it now and I feel good about it. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that was because I think a lot of people do go through that and they're not necessarily asking the questions on why they're going through that and why they don't feel great. I can't offer solutions to everybody and the different forms of art that are available to be displayed on Instagram, because I don't know what life is like for a model or something like that. But I think just taking that time out and, whether it's, doing the same as what I did, just view your photos in a bigger format, try to put them on a big screen or something like that. And, or whatever it is, just take some time to appreciate your artwork. And if you can't do that, then I think just take time to appreciate that you are working on something. You're doing something that's already something to be super proud of. And you're growing, whether you feel it or not, I think you are. And especially if you're mindful about growing and trying to push forward and do better work and all those kind of things. So yeah, I hope that made some sense. Like I said, it's something that's been on my mind a lot lately. I made a video on it. It goes a little bit more in depth on how you should display your artwork. Something that, again, now I'm thinking a lot about too, how I should be displaying my artwork and where I should be presenting it. And I think it just took a lot of pressure off too. And, thinking that Instagram for a photographer is the only outlet. And, the pendulum has swung back a little bit and I'm feeling a little bit more confident again. I regained my focus onto what I want to present and achieve. And moving forward, feels good. Feels really good. But I hope all you guys are staying safe and creative in this time. I think it's a perfect time to be creating. We've all probably got a lot more time on our hands right now. If you're fortunate enough to not have to be working in some of the services which are still working their asses off for us. But yeah, I don't want to talk too much about that. Everybody's sick of it. You know what I'm talking about at this point. I don't even want to say the name. But yeah, what else? Yeah, I mean, we're kind of stuck indoors. So I've been doing a lot of music, playing a lot of piano. Finally, I've owned a piano for a while and I'm not great at it. And I'm slowly now like starting to figure some more stuff out, which is cool. And yeah, just like playing some guitar, doing some drawing again, which is super nice. I don't think I've completed anything new since I had the last one of these videos, so I'm not going to flash anything up. But I think by the next time that I do one of these, I'll show you what I've been working on. Actually pretty excited about it. Yeah, just something, it's an idea that I've had in my head for a long time, and now I actually have the time to start to finish that up. Otherwise, yeah, from here, what is in the future? I have an exhibition with a bunch of friends coming later this year. It was actually something that might have been planned earlier, but given the situation, we kind of have to wait a bit later. But yeah, I'm super excited for that. So it's going to just be a street photography exhibition in September with a small group of us, I think 5 or 6 of us. And yeah, that's cool. Really excited about that because it was like one of my major goals for this year to have exhibitions. Again, like I said, that's I think where my work is presented best. And just given the whole situation, and if you watched any of my previous videos about my travels early this year within China, things didn't go quite as planned. So yeah, just it's good to know that that is in the future. There is talk, very low-key talk about yeah, whatever, I'll blank that out. Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about that. So whatever, cool surprise in the future for you. Once I know I can talk about it, I'll tell you about it, I promise. But yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, I'm just going to babble at this point if I keep thinking and talking to you. But so I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. I hope that conversation was a little insight for you. Hope you enjoyed that. Please go check out some of my other videos if you haven't already. If you want to sub, go for it. That's awesome. And yeah, just leave a comment. Like someone leave a comment and tell me what to talk about in the next one of these creative diaries, because I would love to, like I say, open that dialogue and start that up. Until then, I'll have more of these coming pretty soon, and I'll just display some more artworks, maybe some stuff from previous years as well. And yeah, stay safe out there, and I hope you guys find some time to create. Like I say, if you've got the time now, this is perfect. Do all those things you want to do that you've always sort of thought about doing within the art world, and create something. You know, this is a time where, you know, there's a lot of I don't know if negativity is the right word, but it's, you know, it's a time of crisis. So the best thing we can do is create something and put something positive out into the world. And yeah, start to feel good about yourself. Do those things that you've been wanting to do for a long time. But yeah, that's it. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Go check out my Instagram. Follow this channel. Leave a comment. Leave a like. Share this with somebody maybe. I don't know. Till next time. Be safe. And yeah, happy creating. Peace.